The Serologic Study Manager is the best way to design, execute, and report on your preclinical studies. Preclinical animal studies are very complicated and highly susceptible to errors. World-class researchers who excel in scientific methods regularly get tripped up by the complexity and nuance of statistical models and experimental design, and by the details of study execution, especially when delegating the details of treatment administration and sampling to a team. Data collection and Excel spreadsheets are notorious sources of errors and lost data if not properly stored and backed up. This results in animal study data quality and findings that are not reproducible in clinical trials or publication of misleading results. And this means a lot of wasted money, and perhaps more importantly, an enormous amount of wasted time the researcher can never recover. When the study design has been finalized, Serologic seamlessly steps forward to help the researcher and optionally a team collect treatment and sample data at the right times and with accuracy while adhering precisely to the study design guidelines, ensuring that the data will effectively support the study's analysis goals. To understand how it works, let's start by looking at how Serologic supports study data collection. It is assumed the viewer has seen the experimental design module demo. First sets preferences for data management. For example, a study may be blinded to guard against bias, and alternate masking names assigned to hide a group type. Randomization is also important for reducing bias and variability. The researcher can choose to let the data module automatically randomize animal subject to groups or blocks. The module can also automatically assign subject identifiers, or they can be manually added or brought in when importing subjects from a husbandry file. The researcher can also have notifications generated to ensure data collection events are not missed or delayed. Dataset 1 common was defined in the design phase and now shows the minimum data to be collected on each subject. Let's say the researcher wants to flag outliers at time of data entry on the primary response. Limits can be added to define an acceptable range of data. The researcher can also add additional measurement data fields for different categories and can either create a custom field or choose from a set of existing predefined measurements the researcher had previously created. Let's add subject weight as a measurement. We select physiology as a category, make it a required measurement, define the type, and define the units. We can then add limits to catch outliers. Let's quickly add two more fields for tail length under anatomy category and grooming under the behavior category. Next, the researcher can manually enroll each animal subject to be used in the study, or import and select animals from a husbandry database file. For brevity, let's import subjects from a husbandry database export file. We select subjects that meet the age, weight, and sex requirements. Here this table shows all the enrolled animals. Additional subjects can be manually added, such as needed for attrition. The animal subjects are randomized and assigned automatically to groups and factors to meet the requirements of the study design. The researcher may accept the automatically generated plan or may manually override it if desired. And finally, the researcher or members of the research team can use the data collection feature to enter data from one or more local or remote study sites. The researcher can monitor the collection process and be notified of upcoming or missed sampling events. The initial collection page has the control sampling set to start when ready. Once the first sample is collected, the timer starts to count down to when the next sample or treatment is to be performed. The sampling data is recorded on tabbed forms that were automatically generated for each subject. Who entered the data must be selected along with the date and time the sample measurements were taken. The primary response variable data is entered first, followed by body weight in the Physiology tab. Note that any outliers are flagged and must be immediately addressed. Next, the tail length anatomy and the grooming behavior data is entered and finally saved. Once all the control sampling data is entered, then a date and time is determined for the treatment administration, which was first defined in the design module timeline event. If an event is missed or late, then a late flag is set and notification sent to the researcher. An example late flag is shown here. Data is also collected for the treatment administration. It too has to record the data entry person and date and time. The entry is confirmed to comply with the design plan, or notes are taken regarding any alterations. When any treatment administration is completed, there is a countdown to when its post-treatment sampling is to commence. And like the control sampling form, post-treatment data is entered and saved until completed. At any time during data collection, the collection status can be checked by switching between the historical or upcoming events view. You can see collection dates assigned to both treatments and for future post-treatment sampling. The actual data collection results are made available for reviewing and downloading in the Reports module. You'll see this in another video. Preclinical studies are a major undertaking and carry considerable risk of errors in data collection that impair reproducibility of results, and finding data collection mistakes late wastes time and money, while potentially the loss of data would be catastrophic. Use of the Serologic Study Manager and the data collection module significantly reduces the chance of these painful errors, and while simultaneously making studies smoother and easier to design and manage, resulting in higher data quality and assurance. Please proceed to view the report, team, and expert module demos to see how these modules seamlessly facilitates reporting of results, improve team collaboration, and offer access to expert assistance. For more information, please visit our website or send us an email at info@serologics.com. Thanks for watching this video, and we look forward to hearing from you.